In this video I'm going to tell you about how to lose the love handles forever and keep them off too. So let's start right away. I'm going to give you a few tips that you have to follow all the time. So obviously the love handles are all body fat. To be honest, they're all body fat, so you have to focus on losing that fat, burning that fat. So let's start with a few key things here. Now, it's very important to track your progress, but don't look at yourself every single day in the mirror. Don't check your weight every single day, because actually if you do that, you're more likely to fail and quit. Why? Because day to day you're less likely to see like big drastic changes, even if you actually improve in some way. Even if you're burning the body fat day to day, you won't see like a big difference because you're so used to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror all the time, that you won't tell the difference. So here's what I'm going to recommend. Instead of looking at yourself every single day, actually take pictures of yourself every week. Like on a specific day, let's say Saturday, you take a picture. So every Saturday you're going to take pictures, and you're not going to compare them like right away. You're going to wait a little bit until you have like 4 different photos, and then you can open them up and compare. And actually you don't see the big change, like the big progress, if you actually follow my tips, because they're very effective in burning like a lot of body fat. Fast, simple, you don't have to starve yourself, you don't have to do endless amounts of cardio. We're just going to be smart with our approach, we're going to be strategic, and we're going to reach our results fast. So again, take weekly pictures. Also, even if you decide to measure yourself every single day, I want you to actually take like weekly averages, or weigh yourself like every Saturday again. So let's say you weigh yourself every single day. You're going to do some math and actually figure out your like weekly average weight, and we're going to use that weight, and every 2 weeks we're going to track our progress, right? That's the right way. That's going to actually be a habit that you're going to be very thankful for building up for yourself. So keep that in mind. So now let's start. Let's jump to the tips. But keep in mind, the weekly pictures and the weekly weight check-ins are going to be very important, because a lot of people, they quit. They want to see like instant results, and you're actually getting the results, but you're not able to see them. And that's the same with me even, right? So let's start with the tips. Tip number 1 is actually, you don't have to track calories, but if you actually learn how to track your calories from the start, it might be a great idea. So your calories are going to be very dynamic. Like the amount of calories that you actually require day to day is going to be very dynamic, because your activity level might be different every single day. So I would say again, the weekly average is going to be very important. If training is like consistent, you're not making like big changes in cardio or activity, it's easy to actually track your calories. Now, you don't have to track calories burned, because that's useless, it's a waste of time, you'll never know. But how many calories you consume every single day, that's something that you can track, and it's a very good idea to know that. So the next tip is going to be focus on eating a lot of protein. Now let me actually tell you which foods to eat the most. I would say for very fast progress, eat chicken breast, turkey breast, egg whites, zero fat yogurt, and just low fat dairy products. Like go for the lowest fat dairy products. So avoid cheese and stuff like that because they're higher in fat, and fats are very caloric. They have a lot of calories and it's just very easy to overeat. They're smaller in volume but have a lot of calories. And lean proteins, they're actually the opposite. They have like, they're larger in volume and have less calories. Also, protein is very anabolic, so it's going to help with the muscle building process, and that's going to be very important here. But I want to get to that soon. So you prioritize protein, it helps with the muscle building, the fat loss, and actually even if you don't like see big changes in weight, actually you might be losing body fat and building muscle at the same time, which you'll be able to see week to week or like every 2 weeks. Like you won't see the big difference. And if you're actually a beginner, you probably are, I promise you, if you follow my tips, the results are going to be like, you'll be able to see them. So focus on protein. Now about protein intake, I would say at least 200 grams of protein every single day, up to, there's no limit actually. On average I consume 250 grams of protein, and that's going to be for every like skill level, beginners, intermediates, advanced, elites. It's going to be the same for everyone. Just make sure that you get your protein from these high quality sources. Again, chicken breast, turkey breast, egg whites, very lean proteins. Also protein powder, a great choice. Egg white, zero fat yogurt, zero fat milk to drink, it's just great. So again, these are the foods that, the protein foods that you're going to eat the most. Now let's keep with the diet tips. I would say it's a very good idea, it's a must to prioritize vegetable intake. Why? Well, again, we come to the of not starving ourselves. That's going to be key here. If you're hungry all the time, 90% of people, 100% of people that are hungry, they fail. So what to do? What's the logical solution here? Well, here's the thing. Vegetables, they are very low in calories, but at the same time you can eat like a lot of them. Because if you actually compare the calories in 100 grams or in a cup, whatever, but I'm going to use the 100 grams because it's very simple. So let's compare rice or oats, which are approximately 370 calories per 100 grams. Let's compare that to broccoli, for example. They're like 30 calories per 100 grams, so which one is going to fill you up more, right? Which food are you more likely to overeat? Is the white rice and the oats, right? How many broccoli are you going to eat? A few kilograms? Well, if you try to do that, you're going to be full. And at the same time, you've eaten less calories. So it makes the whole fat loss process very easy. Because you're not hungry, you're able to do all of your activities and lose a lot of body fat. Next is going to be prioritize fruit intake. Again, the same with, just like the vegetables, there are lower in calories, and I would say again, if you're craving something sweet, they're like the choice, the perfect choice for you. So when we prioritize both vegetable and fruit intake, well, that's going to help us with like our calorie control, like the calorie management. So we eat more, but we consume less calories compared to other healthy foods. Again, there's nothing wrong with rice and oats and bread, but they're easier to overeat, basically. Vegetables and fruits, very hard to overeat. And even if you try, you won't see that you keep losing fat all the time. Like, it's so hard. You keep losing, and after, like, it depends. If you actually stick to my advice, in probably a year you're going to be shredded. Like, seriously. Yes, you might be feeling hungrier, but the amount of food that you're eating it fills you up, you're not hungry anymore. So the next thing is going to be training related. Instead of focusing too much on cardio, I would say prioritize weight training first. Weight training is going to be more important because we actually to be able to eat more calories, more food, it's a better idea to build muscle. First of all, building a lot of muscle is going to change our physique in a very positive way, and also muscle requires a lot of energy to be maintained. So in return, if you build that muscle, you get to eat like a lot more calories instead of doing endless amounts of cardio. Prioritize weight training, get on a good training program, build muscle, get stronger, and like you're going to see, and when you build more muscle, that equals more fat loss, believe me. And now after your weight training, it's a very good idea to do some like lighter intensity cardio, low intensity cardio for like more time, something that's not going to exhaust you, something that's going to burn a little bit more calories, like more steps, for example. It doesn't have to be in the gym. You can do that outside, just walk more, do more steps, or you can like ride a bike or something, just anything. Do something, burn more calories. You can even burn calories for fun, playing different sports. And yeah, just very fun way to burn more calories. And yeah, it's not mentally draining, you actually enjoy the process. But I would say keep the cardio's intensity on the lower side, just to make sure that we recover in time for our weight training. That's going to be way more important, but cardio is still important. And if you want to actually speed up the fat loss process, do a little bit more cardio, but don't overdo the cardio, because you might actually get lazy and in turn burn less calories, and that's not fun. So I covered the diet, I covered the training, now let's cover the sleep and recovery. That's going to be like very important, that a lot of people actually neglect. Look, sleep is when we recover, it's great for health, it's great for fat loss. That's when we burn the most fat, and that's when our muscles grow. So the more you sleep, the better. I would say, I always recommend that. Try to wake up without any alarms. Like something that's going to interrupt your sleep is bad. You have to naturally wake up from your sleep. And the amount of hours is different for everyone. For example, I sleep on average like 8 hours. Now it depends on my diet. The more calories I eat, the more I sleep, because I'm probably growing. And the less I eat, less hours I need to sleep. But yeah, you get the idea. And also, rest time is also going to be very important. That's when we actually recover. It's not just sleep. So we have to be on a good training program, right? We can't be training 2 hours every single day. We have to be on a good training program that I'm going to release, or you can just hire me as your online personal trainer, or I can just write your own custom training programs. I also offer online chat or video consultations and online videos. So yeah, that's everything you need to know. Follow my tips, you're going to see like big progress without needing to track your calories like too much. Again, it's helpful, but it's not needed. And yeah, it's just, if you follow my tips, you're going to get very lean. So again, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below. And if you're interested in my videos, you can also subscribe for free. And you're going to see much more